students will meet or exceed the growth goals for both iReady assessments for ELA and math, as well as SLO goals on common summative assessments in Unit 2 for ELA and math. The measure was that the SLO Unit 2 pre-assessment and post-assessment data and iReady fall to winter data. 55% of students will make growth in 50% of all standards assessed on the pre and post assessment for Unit 2, and it's weighted 15% of the student growth component for para, averaged with 42% of students will hit their growth target for iReady, ELA, and math, weighted 15% of student growth component for para. So for para, this student growth is 30%.
It is now 7:04 p.m. and comes to the minutes of the p.m. If you could wrap up those conversations in the next couple of minutes, please. We respect our time, and we thank you so much for spending it with us. Be well. If you need us at Smith Murphy, please come to the front office and give us a call. Thank you.
So this is 30% of, so it accounts for 30% on in the para for teachers' evaluations. So the key for scoring, we're going to go through just the data in just a second. So blue is excellent, green is proficient, yellow needs improvement, and red unsatisfactory. This is the winter ELA data from SLOs. So you can see most of our grade levels were either proficient or excellent. And then at the very bottom is the average. So House School, KM, Newport were all, and BPMS were all proficient for winter ELA data, and OC was in the excellent range. That's not what I wanted. Sorry. For the next category, this would be our winter math data from SLOs. Again, most were in the excellent range, and we had some in proficient. And then if you looked at our SLO growth at the very bottom, it was, the very bottom is the average between ELA and math, and everyone was in the excellent range with Howe in the proficient range.
Ms. Griffiths, I'm just gonna, if you can go back to the last slide. So you see that fourth grade is in the green across the district? Fourth grade is pretty much all new content for math. It's all brand new standards where they haven't really been taught any of that information. So this is pretty common to see green across the way, just so you have a frame of reference.
Now, this moves to our iReady data. So our iReady data is going to look a little bit different. We're mostly in the proficient range for math. And we have one grade level, or one school in the yellow and one in blue, but it all averages out to everyone being proficient. And then this would be our, that was the ELA, I'm sorry. And then this would be our math data. So you can see most are in the green. We have a couple needs improvement, and we have one in the excellent range, but everybody averages out as a total of proficient. And then at the very bottom, again, we are proficient in ELA and math combined. So, looking at iReady and SLO together, we would have proficient and excellent. So our SLO date growth is at the top. Again, you see a lot of excellence with one proficient, and then all the other categories are proficient. That would give our schools proficient status, and with Oakcrest at excellent. This is our kindergarten, first grade data. So you see a little difference. We don't count this in our para growth data, so we just kind of do it on a separate slide so you can see. With our kindergarten, we are in the needs improvement. First grade, it's kind of all over the place. With excellent, we have a proficient and needs improvement for ELA, and then in math, we have a few areas to look at for needs improvement. We have proficient and excellent again. It kind of shows you that the data for K1 is kind of inconsistent, and that's why we keep that out of our overall growth data for the school. So, celebrations. All buildings and district met the para goal for student growth. Buildings are implementing their action plans with success and results in student outcomes. Building leadership teams have reviewed data and made changes to action plans to improve outcomes in student data for the spring. Our para committee will meet to update the student growth goal for the 2023-2024 school year, actually next week. And then our next steps. Action plans will continue to be implemented. In the spring, updates will be presented to the Board of Education. I've talked to Dr. Wilcox about this. I want to look at the winter to spring I-read data for K and 1, just because it is all over the place. Sorry. I wanted to take a look at their yearly growth instead of just from fall to winter. So I'm going to do that after they take their I-ready in April, May-ish. Buildings are hopeful that action steps will increase student growth in reading and math. In June, all building leadership teams will meet to celebrate successes. Mrs. Brito and myself have been planning summer school. We're going to focus on those students that are our students that are kind of in the middle on the bubble to give them a little bit of support since it's only a 3-week summer school. We thought those kids would probably benefit the most from a little more support looking at those reading and math skills. And then we're going to continue to revise our frameworks this summer to best meet the needs of our students. Any questions, concerns?
Or does anyone have any questions? This is a lot of data and a lot of information coming your way. The thing I would like you to focus on is our kids are making significant gains year over year, even coming out of COVID. The fact that we met our goal and exceeded it in every school is huge and a huge celebration. No questions? Thank you, Tracy. All right, Mr. Heath came and presented to the LRP as well as the Finance Committee about Chromebooks, about moving from buying them to leasing them year over year. It'll be my recommendation that we indeed go with his suggested plan, which is to begin leasing them because it costs less money and we have the same amount of service for our Chromebooks. And since we are one-to-one and do have an e-learning plan on file with the ROE as well as the ISBE, I would recommend we start leasing them to start the new school year. Does anybody have any questions about Chromebook leasing versus buying? Excellent. You guys have had the school calendar. I'm going to ask that you approve it for next school year tonight. If there's any questions at this time about the school calendar or what has been proposed, please ask away. All right, this is easy. Just a reminder, we do have the Multicultural Fair this Saturday at the middle school. It'll be from 9:30 to 2. We hope we can see some of you there. I will say that not all of our administrators are going to be there, as we have a lot of parents on our group who have some state things happening with their kids in sports. So just so you know, but we hope to see you guys there. Jen Grable, again, has been the one who has been planning that with some building administrators. So we appreciate support in celebrating all of our differences as a district. I know the Equity Committee will have a table at the Multicultural Fair, and we have free t-shirts again this year. with a new design, but still our same philosophy of others before self. So we have those at a table for parents, students, and staff. I'm going to jump to spring break really quick. So spring break, it starts on March 27th and goes till March 31st. Some staff will be here, some will not, but just so you know, that is when spring break is. And last but not least, we have the preschool on the agenda. I gave each of you a sheet that talks about the Early Childhood Center. If you want to take a look at that, I have edited my recommendation for the board for tonight. I'm going to recommend that we move forward with building the actual building because of the costs with inflation. It'll cost the district less money in the long run if we are to put the building up now, but my recommendation still will be not to open the preschool until the 24-25 school year. If you have any questions at this time, or if you would like to open this up for discussion, let's do that. If anybody has any questions about the document that I gave you when you walked in, please feel free to ask. I'm going to give you some highlights really quick. So a one-time cost to the district is about $3 million. It's probably going to be a little bit less than that, but with cost of furniture, technology, materials that are needed for the classroom, as curriculum for preschool is all play-based, so it involves buying materials for stations and learning centers. That'll be about that will be a one-time cost to the district of about $3 million. After that, I've included below the annual operating costs, which will be well within the district's ability to sustain this for years to come without touching the fund balance that we have. Does anyone have any questions at all? Andrea?
The health clerk and administrative assistant, is that what their salary will be?
Dr. McKinney, is that correct? That's what they're, yes, based on what their contract is, because they're written into contract.
Okay. And then the transportation, the kids will be bused?
The kids will be bused, because if we do not bus them for the 2.5 hours, we probably will not have very many kids come to preschool.
So that would be like from their daycare or wherever?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
I have one question too. Yeah. For even teachers, that amount includes benefits, or is that just?
That's both.
Thank you.
And of course, those are estimates because
Use your microphone. Ms. Bailey asked if the amount, the $480,000 for 6 teachers included benefits, and it does.
And of course, those are estimates because, you know, it's basing it on the average teacher salary benefit. So you'll have some that are under that, some that are over it, so.
Are there any other questions? Anything anyone would like to discuss pertaining to the preschool or my recommendation to build the preschool, but not open it until the 24-25 school year? That is the end of my report. Ms. White?
Thank you, Dr. Wilcox. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. I move.
All right. Roll call.
Nicole Harris,
Aye.
Marcia White,
Aye.
Ann Houston, Andrea Ustry,
Aye.
Ashley Bailey. Aye.
It passed. Do we have any correspondence? All right. Are there any questions on old business? No, we have a lot of policies to review. I don't see any questions.
Just one thing about the discipline report. If you recall at our last board meeting, one of the board members had asked if we could give more detail in the discipline report, so we did do that. So if anybody has any questions, please let us know.
All right, moving on. New business. Any updates from the long-range planning committee?
All right.
You got this.
So long-range planning met this month, and we have decided to go ahead with the construction of the building for the preschool this summer. We agreed to postpone the actual opening of the preschool for the 2024-2025 school year to allow adequate time to review for curriculum, hiring of staff, and anything else that may or may not have been planned for. We're also discussing the playground equipment at Preston Howe. We're finalizing the equipment selection and then also where we're going to be placing that equipment. Long-range planning is discussing the replacing of the flooring at the middle school. And we've decided to move ahead with the replacement of that flooring, and we've gone ahead and decided to use LVT flooring and carpeting. We're going to be doing this project in phases because it is a very large and expensive project. We're going to start with replacing installing carpet in the classrooms and the offices, and that's going to be phase 1. Phase 2 will be completed in the following years. And also at the middle school, we have 4 units left to replace. Right now, we have them being inspected to determine their ratings, and we're going to be getting quotes. Unfortunately, the lead time on replacing those units is about 52 to 60 weeks. So, try and get ahead of that one. That's it.
Thank you, Ashley. Finance report.
Good evening, everyone. We met this evening, finance report. The agenda topics was insurance. Our district consultant, Sherry Jessel, was here to discuss some recommendations for the insurance. And this is also will be a closed session item that we will be discussing today. We also talked about the preschool updated cost and the recommendation to move forward with building and then and not opening up until the 24-25 school year. We also talked about a couple of technology projects, backbone upgrade. This is a cabling project. Talked about the Chromebook leasing and the recommendation to move forward to lease instead of buying Chromebooks. We reviewed the monthly finance bills. I'm sorry, there was another agenda topic that was on that we will probably revisit. This is regarding the bank and bank interest charge that will come back probably in the April timeframe to discuss, April and May timeframe. Then lastly, we reviewed the monthly finance bills, approved the treasurer's report bills, and that is what we discussed in the finance meeting. So, any questions?
Thank you. No sit-down reports, correct?
Governing board meeting, we met Wednesday, March 1st at 7 o'clock. There was public comment. 4 people actually spoke about some current concerns and staffing around things like that. There was an appointment of nominating committee for governing board officers, appointment of nominating committee for executive board. There were some tax compliant reports for their series 22B bonds. We had filing financial information done for series 2015B. And the big thing that happened that night was Fairhaven School Purchase Agreement and Resolution. It passed the executive board and it was moved on to the governing board, and a motion was passed to go ahead and purchase Fairhaven School. So that was an exciting thing and much needed. It meets the needs of a very important population of students. That's all.
Jan? Building reports, any questions on any of the building reports? Great. Moving on, I'm turning the meeting over to Dr. McLeod for the Associate Superintendent's report.
So my report focused solely on the insurance committee work, and you now know what the recommendation is from the insurance committee. I just want to add something that I haven't shared with you, and that is that all the people who came to the table came in good faith. They acted in good faith. They came with along with me, because I had a lot to learn about insurance as well. They all came with a desire to know insurance, and I think that we should be really proud of our staff members who were involved, who came to each of those 5 meetings with open minds and a willingness to negotiate and come up with what they believe is best, not just for them, but for the district as well. Because there's often this notion of them versus us, when in reality, the better state the district is in financially, the better it is for everybody who works here as well as the people who come to school here, right? So they understood that. They did a really nice job. I'm really proud of them.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on department reports? If not, for your request?
There was there one?
Yeah, so on.
Let's see if needs a comment. Oh, this was just, they do it every year. It's the Retired Teachers Association. They want to know which year teachers and administrators are retiring so they can shake them down to join the group. So we set that up.
Thank you. Any questions? Great. Now I do have a comment from a visitor. Is Abby Hansen?
Okay, hello. We're the insurance committee, and we just wanted to come and put faces to just the committee in general to show that we care and that, just to piggyback off of what Don said. So we joined this committee because we care about making choices that work both for the district and the staff, and I know I personally have learned a ton about insurance. So we are all dedicated to finding a balance between providing the best insurance options for our staff and the finances of our district. As we are almost an entirely new team, we spent a lot of time learning about the history of the insurance provided and the MOUs that were created. We also learned about insurance rates and options and how they are determined, which that was a learning curve. With all the information and learning that we pursued, we believe that this plan that was presented will be what's best for the district and the staff during these unknown times during COVID and inflation. We care for this district and its success very greatly. We believe that we as a committee have achieved that mission by making the insurance that we presented to all of you an incentive for those looking for the district to hire, for the members who are part of this district, and for the board and the financial stability of this district. If any of you have questions about the proposed insurance plan, the committee is more than happy to answer them for you. And we appreciate all the time and the effort that you put into making this district a great place to learn and work. Thank you.
You didn't introduce everybody.
Oh, okay. I'm Abby Hansen. I actually grew up in this district and came back to work for it.
I'm Sarah Seiderlich. I'm one of the social workers in the district.
And I'm Janelle Bowman. I'm one of the teachers in the district.
Okay, I want to join with you and with Dr. McKinney to say thank you for your work on this insurance.
Of course.
Hopefully we came to a great proposal that at least works for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That was
thank
cool.
you.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah.
Sure.
We're recommending that the board vote on this next month, just so you know, not this month. We wanted them to have all the information up front so they can make a decision based on what we have provided for them.
Yeah.
Thank you for all your work, ladies. It's very appreciated.
Thank you.
All right. Can I have a motion to adjourn to closed session so we can discuss appointments, employment, compensation, discipline, a whole bunch of other stuff?
Okay, I motion to move to closed session.
Second. Roll call.
Andrea Esri. Aye. Ann Houston. Aye. Nicole Harris. Aye. Marcia White.
Aye.
Ashley Bailey.
Great, we will go to closed session. Number 2. All right, so everyone is here, was here before. So, the motion to approve the consent agenda. So, second. Roll call.
Nicole Harris. Ashley Bailey. Andrea Ustry.
Aye.
Ann Houston. Marcia White.
Aye. The approval for the calendar for 23-24, the motion.
So moved. Second.
Ashley Bailey. Andrea Ustry.
Aye.
Marcia White.
Aye.
Ann Houston. Nicole Harris.
All right, next one is approve the leasing of the Chromebooks. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Andrea Ustry.
Aye.
Marcia White.
Aye.
Ann Houston. Nicole Harris. Ashley Bailey.
Approved. Next would be the approval of the press policies. I'm just gonna say those underlined there, recommended memos from A to H. Do I have a motion?
I'll second it.
Okay. Roll call.
Marcia White.
Aye.
Andrea Ustry.
Aye.
Nicole Harris. Ashley Bailey. Ann Houston.
Approved. Okay, approval for preschool plan update. Have a motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Ann Houston. Ashley Bailey. Marcia White.
Aye.
Andrea Ustry. Nicole Harris.
Approved. The motion for the administrative contracts.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Nicole Harris. Andrea Ustry. Marcia White.
Aye.
Ann Houston. Ashley Bailey.
Approved. Motion for renewing first year non-tenured teachers to second year probation.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Nicole Harris. Andrea Ustry. Marcia White.
Aye.
Ann Houston. Ashley Bailey.
Approved. Approval of the renewing second year non-tenured teachers to a third year probation. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Andrea Ustry. Nicole Harris. Ann Houston. Marcia White.
Aye.
Ashley Bailey.
Approved. Approval for renewing the third year non-tenured teachers to fourth year probation. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Andrea Ustry. Ashley Bailey. Marcia White.
Aye.
Ann Houston. Nicole Harris.
Approved. Approval of renewing fourth year non-tenured teachers to tenure status. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Marcia White.
Aye.
Andrea Ustry. Ann Houston. Nicole Harris. Ashley Bailey.
Approved. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Get all second, right? Roll call.
Andrea Ustry. Marcia White. Ann Houston. Nicole Harris. Ashley Bailey.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.